Hey guys, back with another roofer marketing strategy. Thank you so much for being a part of this community. I hope it is being a benefit to you. That is why it is here. So today I want to talk to you about how the world is really your marketing playground. And when we're younger, people tell us the world is your playground. And as far as being an adult goes, and as far as marketing goes, that is still definitely a truth. Now, I want to talk about this in two different segments. I want to first talk about it in as far as the commercial sector goes, and then also as the residential sector goes, because the way in which you do this marketing may look a little bit different, and I want to be sure that I touch on both ways. So first and foremost, if we start with the commercial sector, now if you're doing commercial re-roofs for an Amazon warehouse or a Coca-Cola manufacturing plant, these are not great places for you to market your services or take advantage of the space on those buildings. Why? Because Amazon and Coca-Cola are very aware of how they need to be utilizing that space, and chances are they are. And if you've driven past one of those plants, or if you've re-roofed those plants, you know that they've got their logo on the side of it and are probably utilizing most of that space. Now, other commercial buildings in which you could be utilizing, as far as I'm concerned, think about the side of malls, right? So if there's a strip mall, and they've got all these different storefronts of all these different companies that are all paying individual leases, individual rents. On the side of those buildings, unless there's, a corner store that's also got a door on the side of the building, chances are the sides of those buildings are just white walls or whatever the color is of the mall. Those are great spatial opportunities for you to put banners or to put brands or to even, get something the same size as a billboard kind of stuck on the side of that. Why? Because the owner of that commercial space doesn't necessarily care about the sides, isn't currently utilizing it for their own brand because they don't have a specific brand, right? They own the space that's being rented out. And if people that are on those corner units aren't utilizing that space, chances are an owner would be happy to cut a deal with you in order to give you the space to where you can put your brand on that. As well as if you're doing commercial work for warehouses or different spaces where it isn't a specific brand, maybe it's like a shipping container warehouse or something of the sort, to where it's not necessarily owned by a certain company, a lot of different brands come in and out of it, chances are that you could get your brand on there because no one's yet claimed it, and the owner would probably be open to allowing you to do such, right? These owners, commercial owners, and not all of them, but some of them, commercial owners are making their money based off of the lease or off of the rent that these different companies are paying for the space, not necessarily off of marketing their own personal brand, right? So they don't care if you want to do your brand, cut a deal with them and take advantage of that space. As far as the residential sector goes, and what I will say too is you probably, whether you're in the commercial sector or whether you're in the residential sector, I know that there are incredible relationships in the construction industry, in the roofing industry, and you guys probably have a lot of individuals that you could take advantage of spaces that they're not really optimizing because they just don't necessarily care to, right? Now, as far as residential goes, this is the example that I wanted to give you guys as far as taking up different space. Maybe you're thinking in your mind like, what kind of space does a residential owner have that I could utilize, right? And I get that. However, at the same time, recently, for example, I was driving past a neighborhood, right, on either side of the road that had all of like those basic wood fences, which is, I don't know, like the 1x3 or whatever it is, right? And there are all these wooden fences, and there's just wooden fences for 3 miles on each side of the road. Here's what I'll say to you about that. If you are doing residential re-roofs in either of those neighborhoods, and in either of those neighborhoods, if you're doing re-roofs along the side of that street, why not say to that homeowner, hey homeowner, so, we see that the back of your fence lines up to this major highway. We would love to get more recognition as cars are driving past. Would you mind if we took $500 off your re-roof and for the next 6 months, we just had one of our banners pinned to the back of your fence? you're never going to see it. You're not even going to know it's there. No one driving past is even going to know that it's your house. But we recognize it as a great marketing opportunity, and we would love to take advantage of it if that's okay with you for this deal. No one is going to say no to you because they don't ever look at the backside of their fence. As long as you're not causing damage when you put your banner up, they're not going to care. And if you think about it in, maybe you do their re-roof and you end up getting 10 other re-roofs along that same stretch. Think about that repetition as someone's driving that 3-mile stretch and seeing your banner over and over and over again. There's no other banners on any of the back of those fences. I know because I just drove past them, and they're, as far as the part of town that I'm in, is a 3-mile stretch of wooden fences that no one is optimizing, no one is utilizing for brand awareness, to which you guys can. So, and I know this isn't a rare thing to see these wooden fences with a major street on it. It's a common occurrence. So as a residential contractor, as a residential re-roofer, that's an opportunity for you to get on some space that you wouldn't necessarily get space on and just create more of that brand awareness. So there's different ways to do it for residential and there's different ways to do it for commercial. However, the world is your marketing playground, and you guys should be taking full advantage of all of these opportunities. When you're driving past them, be looking and be thinking, could I get my brand on that? I commute this way every single day. Think of all the people that do that. Where would be great placements for me to have my brand to where I'm creating awareness, I'm creating that omnipresence within the community, and do it in a way that accurately represents your brand. Don't do anything that's kind of skeezy or that's distasteful, but do it in a way in which, for example, the fence idea, no one's utilizing that space. Homeowners wouldn't care. Think about you. If someone asked you, hey, can I mark it on the back of your fence? Sure. Right? Or if you own a mall and someone's like, hey, either end of your mall shows up at a major intersection, do you care if I take that whole side and I'll give you 5% off of your re-roof? They're not going to care, right? So it's about utilizing these relationships, utilizing these opportunities, and also just seeing the world as opportunities as you're going through it. So I hope that this was a benefit to you guys. If you end up doing any of these things, please send me a photo because I would love to see them. I hope that you take care of yourself. I hope that you have a great Monday. Take care of you and your crew, and roof on.